Ho, 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 ho. It's a merry media home entertainment Christmas celebration.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. And what better time than now to review the brand new Vestron release of the Silent Night, Deadly Night collection. This is 3 through 5, of course. I was super excited when I heard about this release. It was an immediate pre-order because for the most part, I love these movies. I love 2 out of 3 of these movies, and I'll get into that in a second. I mean, this is gonna kind of be hard to review because there's so many movies on it, so I'm probably just going to do like a really quick synopsis and review of each movie so this thing doesn't go on for like an hour. So yeah, I'll start with part 3. Basically, a blind girl with a psychic link to Ricky Caldwell from part 2 is trying to make it home for Christmas, and Ricky Caldwell, who in this movie is played by Bill Moseley and has a glass bowl with his brain exposed on his head, is following her. And all of that sounds really awesome, but this is by far the weakest of the 3 movies. I think mainly its biggest offense is that they hired Bill Moseley to play Ricky, and with as animated a character as Ricky is and as animated as Bill Moseley can be, they completely wasted him because he basically just walks in a straight line and kills people off screen in this movie. And there's not really a lot to redeem it. And the lead actress does great. I'm pretty sure she's actually a blind person. She kills it with what she's given, but it's kind of just like a weird road movie slasher without a lot going on. A little bit of gore, mostly off-screen kills. I'm pretty sure all off-screen kills. This one, I mean, I would honestly give like 1 star. Something always draws me back to giving it another chance every year, but I always kind of leave unsatisfied. Aside from a couple of moments where you might get a chuckle. If you're gonna watch this, I suggest doing it with friends and beer, maybe. Something like that. But from there, it gets a lot better. Because then you have part 4, The Initiation. And this movie is produced and directed by Brian Usna. And it is basically a weird, surreal body horror movie set at Christmas time. I think a lot of people say that this isn't a Christmas movie, but I would argue it's kind of a Christmas movie the way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but very festive backgrounds. I mean, I want to say that 2/3 of the movie has very strong Christmas atmosphere. The plot just doesn't have a lot to do with Christmas. There's no killer Santa. Basically, the plot here is there is a journalist. She is investigating a weird suicide, and weird shit happens. That's the best way to put it. It's kind of a witchcraft movie. It has effects by Screaming Mad George. And I'll just say, if you are a fan of Society, this is a must watch. If you're a fan of weird, abstract kind of movies and body horror, this is a must watch. That being said, I can see it not being for everybody, but I love it. And I'll give it 4 stars easy. And then there's part 5, which is probably my favorite of the group. It's really close with 4 actually, but 5 sometimes I think is my favorite in the franchise. It's really close with 2 and 4, but this is the story of really a kid and his mom. The kid's traumatized by seeing his father killed by a Christmas toy and he's basically mute and traumatized. The mom is trying to pull him out of it. In comes Mickey Rooney as Joe Petto, who runs the local toy store, and his son Pino. And it's basically a weird, almost retelling of Pinocchio, but not really. It's got a batshit ending. It's 100% 90s direct-to-video cheese, which you know I love. And it gets 4 stars, easily too. 4 and 5, in my opinion, are Christmas classics. if you like Christmas horror. They're mandatory watches for me, and they're easily worth the price. Because now getting into the Blu-ray review, for starters, this thing is at most $18. I'm pretty sure now at most places you can get it for $12. Vestron is killing it with the prices. This is 3 movies, each on their own disc, with not a load of special features, but really good special features, interviews, great commentaries. You've got an interview with Screamin' Mad George on here, an interview with Clint Howard, and also, I'll just say, amazing cover art. And honestly, I don't think that seeing this on screen does it justice. I'd seen this cover art when I pre-ordered it online, and it looks great, but when you see it in person, the Christmas ornament has this transparent metallic glow that makes it look almost 3-dimensional. It is really sweet, and I'm a sucker for cool cover art, so that gives it points. I will say one thing about it. All 3 movies look really good, especially compared to their older releases on DVD, but for some reason they are still presented in 4:3 full screen aspect ratio. I have a suspicion that's because this is not a new scan. This is a upscale to 1080p. It was very jarring when I first popped it in. It doesn't really bother me. 4:3 aspect ratio has never been a big problem for me, especially with like direct-to-video movies that are always kind of meant to be presented like that. But I can see that being a big negative for a lot of people. It didn't bother me. That being said though, the movies do look really good. They're really clean. I noticed a couple of dips in quality in part 5 where it was really dark and grainy, but for the most part, they look fine. It's just really weird because on the back it even says that it's presented in 16:9 widescreen, but it's not. And I almost feel like that is just an oversight on the back. They probably put that same little template on all of their releases, but I do feel like this is probably the DVD copies upscaled because it doesn't mention a new scan. But again, still looks fine. Best they've ever looked. Best they're probably ever gonna look. And if 4:3 aspect ratio doesn't bother you, you probably won't have a problem with it. And that being said, for a rating on the release, I'm giving it 4 stars also. For the price, you can't beat it. Vestron is slowly becoming one of my favorite boutique labels just for the price. They're releasing a lot of awesome movies and at prices that are putting almost all of the other guys to shame. If value is a priority for you, which it is for me, then you need to go support Vestron because they're killing it. So yeah, 4 stars, highly recommend. Maybe some people might like 3. In my opinion, it's worth a watch, but 4 and 5 are staples for me, and I'd like to see this release get them more attention because I think with part 4, it's got a pretty bad reputation that it does not deserve because it's a genuinely good, weird, surreal body horror movie from the 90s with insane effects from Screamin' Mad George, and he does the effects on the 5th one. It's a little more niche, I'd say. It's kind of like super campy insanity with a batshit ending. But these are movies I love that I'm glad finally got a really good release. So yeah, go buy it. Go buy all the Vestron titles so that they stick around and keep doing this. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and until next time.